There are stories about Americans.
Americans hammer the nails into Korean people's heads. Really evil small baby. Instead of the milk, and they'll give it gasoline.
How are you guys? I'm Jay from South Korea.
I'm Anne from the US.
I'm Nina. I'm from the North Korea. Welcome to Unicorn Nation.
And as an American, how do you think North Korean people think of the US?
I would say they probably don't like us very much because of the war and the sanctions and stuff.
So Nina, how do North Korean people actually think of the US?
Actually, USA is our arch enemy.
Arch enemy.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
they are like, US is really your enemy, the main enemy. So do Americans think North Korea is your main enemy?
One of a few, maybe, but not the main one.
So actually, do American people have some stories about North Korea to like hate them?
Just the missiles and that they can launch a missile that can hit us at any moment. I guess that's probably enough.
Do you hear anything about like human rights and stuff?
Yeah, and
In
the
there?
human rights violations. Yeah, but they don't hate North Korean people, just the Kim Jong-un.
So I heard there are stories in North Korea about Americans, so that North Korean people can hate the US because they're like main enemies, right? I heard some from you that was like pretty crazy. So could you tell us the stories? Okay, just hit me with one first.
American soldiers threw the babies into the wells and drowned them alive.
So
Yeah.
American soldiers, they threw babies into the wells and drowned them alive.
Gruesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sad.
So Nina,
Yeah.
do you have more stories about Americans?
Another story is Americans is hammer the nails into the old Korean people's heads. They were still alive.
They hammered the nails into elderly Korean people's head.
It's not
Yes.
the American way.
Okay. So first a story that could happen, I would say, because like, there are crazy people. So it's like it could happen. I don't think that actually happened, but it's likely that's a possible to happen. But the second
Yes.
one is like a little too graphic. I don't think
Yeah, I don't know.
that actually happened.
Yeah, it sounds kind of time consuming. Americans usually, use guns.
Yeah. That's true though.
Yeah.
I have is one story. I'm gonna tell you this. American people that they are and they separate the mother and small baby prison. So they are the baby and they're supposed to hungry and they have to feed their mother milk and thirsty. American soldiers instead of the milk and they'll give it gasoline. And then the baby is so hungry and then thirsty, and they are found the gasoline and they'll drink.
How could,
That's terrible.
how could they think of the story like that? It's so bad.
Yeah.
It definitely burned your throat.
Yeah, burn
more.
to in front of the baby in mother screaming even they cannot do anything.
It's gonna burn their throat.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I had like a one drop of gasoline went into my eye once. That was burning like crazy.
Yeah.
So do you have more stories about Americans?
Two young kids very hungry. They found an apple tree by the church and they ate an apple from the tree. And an American missionary caught them and the missionary was very angry. He hit up and when a metal rod, he branded the word is thief,
Where?
their face by burning them.
Okay, so the American missionaries with the hot metal rod branded the word thief on the kids' faces.
Yes.
Doesn't sound like the way a missionary would act, but
I mean, we live in America. I didn't know the apples are that precious.
maybe in North Korea. That's a scary story.
That's really graphic.
where do you hear these stories, Nina?
Yeah, we learned in the elementary school from the school textbooks.
In the textbook?
In the textbook. Don't you think it's a little too brutal to be on the
really
textbook?
Graphic violence for little kids.
Yeah, it's from the textbook.
So North Korean government actually. I thought the stories maybe you hear from your grandpas or something, but those stories are from elementary school. It's not even like middle school textbook.
Yes.
So you were like, second grade, third
kid.
grade, and then you hear these stories from the textbook. So I bet North Korean government they really wanted you to hate the U.S. from a very young age.
Wow. How did it make you feel? Did it make you feel scared of Americans or angry?
Oh, I was young at the time, and I little scared because on the picture is American as big nose and looks like it's really evil. So we're little scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're making it the pictures American imaging and then really making us and very scared. So I didn't believe it, and then
when you were in elementary school, so you actually thought American people were evil? I don't know if you remember. Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. I did too. Yeah, of course. Yeah. I was so young.
Someday we will talk about like Nina's life too, but Nina didn't really finish like her school. So I have a North Korean, friend in Korea, and she finished high school in North Korea. So these stories kept coming up in the textbook. She actually still think like intimidated whenever she sees white people.
Wow.
There are a lot of different races in America, North Korea, but they make like white people evil. So and also because of the missionary story, my friend, she still feels like scared when she sees like a crosses on the churches.
Yeah.
That's like one hell of like brainwash, right?
Yeah.
It starts from like that young age.
Wow.
Right? Gosh, I'm so glad you didn't finish all the school. I don't know if this is like compliment or something. So you think North Korean people really like are scared of American people or like hate them still? Like when you are in North Korea, people around you really still think that they're like enemy?
Yeah, most of them scared. So because we brainwashing from the school, everything.
I mean, I can't imagine that like all the North Korean kids, they will have nightmare all the time.
Right.
About
like the scary Americans.
Scary looking like white people come like hammer nails on your head and stuff. Jesus, it's almost like a Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So Nina, do you hate American people now? Because of the stories you heard?
No, no. Otherwise, I cannot came here if you're really scared. Yeah.
So when did you think you stopped to believe in it?
It's about my 15, around 15.
When you were like around 15 years old?
Yes. After my father escaped from the North Korea, I realized that it's not always true. From the school and where I learned. Yeah.
Wow. Do you think American people know how much they're hated?
Definitely not.
From North Korea?
No idea.
Right? I mean, like, I really want to show you guys how these things actually happen in North Korea.
I'm not really hated now.
I bet. I don't think you believe anything from what what you learned. One time I watched like North Korean news clip. They say American people are still killing South Korean people in South Korea. And you were in South Korea.
Yeah.
Did you kill, how many South Korean people did you kill?
None. The military's there too, but I don't think they kill anyone either, right?
Yeah. So like North Korean news, I mean like modern age, they say like still American people, they just drive tanks and then crush South Korean people for fun.
Gosh.
Do
North Korean people believe that?
I bet they do.
Yeah.
I mean, if you teach them, when they're like second grade or something, right?
Yeah, I believe that either. So I'm not totally 100% believe that what they say, but I just little Oh, maybe I just around 15-60%. I believe that.
Yeah, because there's no way, no other
Yeah, no
way,
way.
you know, to learn the truth, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. So North Korea does a lot of other stuff, you know, to brainwash their people into hating the US. So today we talked about the stories they told, still tell to their people, right? But next episode we want to cover other stuff what North Korea does to make their people hate the US.
There's more?
A lot more.
Oh boy.
But I'm.
All right. So thank you for watching. So see you next time.
See you next time.
See you next
Bye.
time. Bye.
Bye.